So I hope this time it's working because the first time I tried to do it, and I don't know why we didn't have LinkedIn. But anyway, so we are going to a new session. So a pitch of Time for the Planet, and then a question and answer section, so you can ask everything you want. I think now it's working. It's streaming on LinkedIn as well. Perfect. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but now it's working. So that's good. So what we are going to do, I'm going to explain a little bit what is Time for Bed, what we do, how you can participate, and then I'll try to answer all your questions if you have any. So the pitch will take maybe 15, 20 minutes maximum. If you have questions in the meantime as well, I can take them. And then I just read your question. To ask question or to just say hi if you want to say hi to me. It's always nice to know there are people here just in the stream. So just say hi in the chat or ask your question directly in the chat. So on LinkedIn or on YouTube, we're on both platforms, and it will come up for so it takes 30 seconds, 1 minute, something like that, for me to see them. So, so what is oh yeah, and I didn't say I'm Cecile. I'm the international managing director of Time for the Planet. So I live in London, but I'm actually in Amsterdam right now because I had some things for Time for the Planet to do in Amsterdam, which was great. I had a few events to attend, and normally I'm based in London because one of the countries we are trying to expand to is the UK. So that's right now what we are doing. So let me share my screen so I can explain a little bit to you what is Time for the Planet. So Time for the Planet, we are a non-profit citizen fund, and we finance innovations to tackle climate change. So very quickly, that's what we do. We have four specificities that are quite important. The first one is we know that today a lot of innovation already exists. They are here, a lot of innovation around climate, but they are in the hand of engineers, researchers, scientists who are great at what they do, but some of them and many of them are not entrepreneurs, so they don't really know how to spread an innovation to the market. That's not their job, and it's normal. Some of them are great entrepreneurs, but many of them are just not, that's not their skill. So one of the first thing we do is when we select a project, if it's needed, we will hire an experienced entrepreneur to join the project. So this person will be able to do all the business models, the execution, the sales, all of that, which is a very important role if we want an innovation to go to the market. So that's the first thing we do. We add an entrepreneur, an experienced entrepreneur, when it's needed to the project. So we don't need to have the perfect team to select a project, because we will work on that with the team we are working with and in the project we invest in. The second thing is everyone is welcome in Time for the Planet. The goal is really to create a global movement for everyone to be part of, everyone who wants to. So basically, it comes from the fact that when you're an individual and when you learn about climate change, you start to do some individual action, and so you start maybe to eat less meat for fun, take more public transport. So it depends of each one. You will have different ways how you do small actions, but then there is a point where you kind of feel stuck because, of course, we need a lot more. So Time for the Planet is a way for any citizen to participate to something bigger. So it doesn't matter if you have just £1, €1, $1 to invest, or if you have 1,000 or 1 million, you are welcome. So that's the first thing. You can buy from one share, which is around £1, exactly €1, around £1, a little bit less, and you can become a shareholder this way. And you can also invest more if you want. And the goal is really to have everyone working together. So we welcome citizens, of course, but we also welcome organizations, NGOs, cities, whoever wants to invest in Time for the Planet. The second thing is we are a non-profit in the sense that we don't distribute profit to our shareholders. So if we invest in a company and then we have money coming back to Time for the Planet, we are not going to distribute this profit to our shareholders, but we will use this money to be able to reinvest in more innovation. So basically, the first companies where we will invest in, after a few years, probably they will make profit, and we will have some of this profit coming back to Time for the Planet, and this profit will be used to finance more innovations, more companies, to have more impact. So the goal is really to maximize the impact of all the money we get. So all the investor, when we invest, we maximize the impact of the money you put in Time for the Planet. And the fourth thing we do is all innovation. We spread them through open source model. So the goal of the open source model, it's with a free license. So the goal is really to be able to spread the innovation faster, to create really markets instead of just creating one company. And it's a very important part of Time for the Planet. So all our innovations, once they are mature enough, we will spread them to open source model. It also increases the impact of our action a lot, because instead of having just one company working on the same innovation, we will have lots of companies working everywhere on the same innovation, which also means one of the obligations of the free license is to share any improvement that is done on the innovation. So it means that instead of competing with the other, we are actually working together and cooperating in improving the impact of the innovation. So that's about it for the global context. So you see on my screen that the website, so very quickly, if you want to participate, it's quite easy. You have here everything you can do. So you have innovation, so you can check out the innovations we have already financed, but you can also find the innovations we have received but not selected, and you can submit your innovation. Then you have a take action button. So here you can become a shareholder. You can help us grow as well with a lot of small actions. Become an assessor. I'll come back to that. Join our community as well. So that's a lot of things you can do. And if you want to find more, we have lots of documents for you. I'll come back to the innovation specifically. So the first thing is, you might wonder what kind of innovation we are looking for. So we really are focusing on climate change, so reducing greenhouse gases emissions. So we have for this 4 different levers, which come from the IPCC. So the first one is zero emission, then energy efficiency, sufficiency, and capture. So that's the 4 main levers identified in the IPCC report. And then we focus also on 5 sectors, the 5 sectors that are more emitting in terms of greenhouse gases, which is energy, industry, transportation, agriculture, and construction. And so if we cross the 4 levers with the five sectors, we have 20 issues we are talking. So you can find all of them on our website here. So it's basically for each sector we will try to focus on one of the lever. So if you go on our website, if you want to find back these 20 issues, just go to find out more 20 and you will find them. Then, so that's the type of innovation we are targeting. And then one of the questions is, how do we select the innovation? What is our process to select innovation? We have quite a unique process. It's in 4 steps, and I'll come back to the assessor. I told you I was going to come back to it. So the very first step of our selection is to I have a collective intelligence pre-selection, basically, and it's people. The assessor, there are people that we train for 1 hour on the criteria on what we are looking for, and then they will access a platform to assess the innovation that are submitted to Time for the Planet. And we base that on collective intelligence, so we need at least 50 people to assess the same innovation to be able to know if this innovation has a potential or not. if we look at the criteria of time for the planet, of course, because some innovation have a huge potential for other criteria, but not the one we are looking for. So it's really based on collective intelligence, which means we welcome everyone to be an assessor. So you can be an assessor if you want to. It's a 1 hour training, and then you will access the platform. You don't need any specific skills because you are really here to participate to collective projects. So that's the first step. When we have that, so once our assessor have pre-selected the innovation, it will go to our scientific committee. So our scientific committee is 14 multidisciplinary experts in different fields. So of course we have the different fields we are looking for, so agriculture, transport, construction, etc. And we also have people who are more researcher, people who are entrepreneurs, so to have different set of skills. And they will meet once every 4 months. We can ask them to meet on like other times if we really need to, but we try to make it more simple we can for them. So it's once every 4 months normally. If we don't have any emergency, we will say. And so they will meet, so they have the results from the first step at least 1 month before they meet, so they can actually call other experts to join if they need to. They can really challenge innovator, ask most questions, and then they will meet for 1 day and have to agree all of them together if the solution is good. And if we validate it, depending on the criteria of time for the planet, of course. If it's validated in the scientific committee, then we will go through market tests. Some market tests, that's really, we go to see actual clients, actual potential clients, see if they will buy the solution, what's missing, what we need to work on. We will also test the team at the time. That's also when, if we need to add an entrepreneur, we will add the entrepreneur to the team, start having him working with the team, see how it works, also evaluate what are the needs in terms of team, but also of if we need to do like demonstrator, for example, or anything that is needed for the company really to progress. Once we have done that, we will, if we want to go through, so we will make an investment note with all the thing we have found during the process, so from the pre-selection by the assessor, the scientific committee, and the market test. And we will prepare that for our shareholders because they will vote in a general meeting if they want us to invest or not in an innovation. So, for example, if we want to invest 1 million in innovation, we will give all the information, and then at the end we will say, okay, we want to invest 1 million in this innovation because that's the need, that's the potential we see. And then as a shareholder, no matter if you have invested €1 or 1 million, you will be invited to vote, and so you can say yes or no for the investment. So that's our selection process. So just to show you here in innovations, if you go to innovation received, you'll see the different steps as well. So you'll see the actions that have been received. So then the one submitted to assessment. So actually, the reason why there is a difference between the two in number is because we have a small pre-filter, which is quite basic, just to make sure that it's more or less in our scope of action, meaning it's about climate change, not about something else. So it's a very broad filter, but just to not have any innovation that has nothing to do with what we do, and also to because it's quite simple to submit the innovation, to remove any innovation that actually doesn't have enough information for the assessor to actually assess the innovation, because we sometimes you just have a few lines and it's impossible to know the potential of innovation just with a few lines. So we do that first, so the assessors, they don't work for nothing basically, because they already have a lot of innovations to us. So that's the first step. You will also see the ones that have been submitted to the scientific committee. So you'll see all that have been selected. Actually, here are the first ones. They will be at the scientific committee in a few days, Thursday. So it will be on Thursday. So the 5 here you see in first, you will find them. at the scientific committee on Thursday. Then, if they pass the scientific committee, they will go to economic market test. So that's all the ones that have been there. The ones submitted to the general meeting, and finally the stars. The stars, they are the innovations that we actually decided to invest in. So you will find them if you click on them. For example, if you click on Cool Roof, you will have a little bit more information here: the amount we invested, what we did. You have a little video when we have some. So we will try to give you as many information as possible. You also have um, additional information, so you can click there to see the investment note actually. So you get a good overview of the one we have invested in, so you can actually know more about it. Even if you are not a shareholder, you still have more information about what are the innovation that we finance. So that's it. So this one, of course, for example, this video, it's in French because it was a French documentary doing it. So we don't have it in English, but we will try to subtitle everything as well. So that's it for the innovation. And just a very quick word on our community, because we have lots of people who are part of the community and help us. So our community is called the Galaxy of Action. It's a very nice name. And basically, it's to be part of the community, there is a small presentation. It's around 1 hour of presentation, just so you understand how it works, how we work together in the community. Which is important, so you don't get lost. So you just have to click on join the Galaxy, and you will have different dates for you to register to have the training. And then you can of our community. Our community are people who just want to help Time for the Planet grow. They do lots of different actions. So some of them will help us with conferences, with having a booth in an event, or anything like that, really. So they are quite a community. We have lots of people inside the community, a little bit everywhere around the world. It was mostly French at the beginning, but now it's starting to grow a little bit everywhere. So it's pretty nice. So that's it about Time for the Planet. If you have any questions, so I said it will be 15 minutes, something like that. So it's pretty much the time it took for me to present Time for the Planet. So I'm right on time. So yeah, if you have any question, if you want to know more, the goal is really for you to ask all questions. Of course, if it was all clear and you you don't have any question, that's fine as well. So I'll just wait a few minutes if you want to know more. So because it always takes time for your message, for me to see your message, it's always a few minutes before they come up to me. But yeah, you can ask question or just make a comment as well if you just enjoy the presentation. If you find some points interesting and just want to share that, just let us know. If there is something you find weird as well, you can just let me know. So it's always very nice to have your feedbacks as well. And yeah, any question about the team, about what we do, about anything really is really welcome. We really try to answer everything and to be as transparent as we can, which is also why we do this kind of presentation. All right, so do I see any question? For now, I don't have any, so I don't know if it's just taking time or if you don't have any, I'll just wait for a few minutes. And if it's all good, I'll just go to because I have a train to catch later on, because I told you I'm in Amsterdam, so I have a train to catch later. So if it's all good for you, I'll try to go and catch my train. Oh, I see Attila sent amazing stuff. Thank you, Attila. That's really nice of you. Hope you enjoy the presentation. And of course, if you have questions, just let me know. Yeah, seems that it's all good. I think that we pretty much don't have any questions, so that's cool. So if you do have question later on, if you don't have right now, but you want to ask, so just to show you very quickly on our website, you can contact us if you want. We try to answer the questions as much as we can in a short time. Sometimes we have a bit of a lot of things going on. So if you go there at the bottom of this page, you have a contact us. So you have a form, and you can ask any question you want in this form. And you can also send me an email directly if you want to. So my email is Cecile, like my name. I will just put my name here so you can see it. So Cecile without the accent. So it's Cecile at time planet.com. So you can just send me an email and I'll answer to you. Of course, also on LinkedIn if you want to. Well, that's it for today. Was always nice to explain Time for the Planet. Hope you enjoyed. And there will be another section the next month. So every first Monday of the month at 1:30. No, at 12:30. Sorry, 12:30 p.m. UK time. So depending on where you are, it's not exactly the same time. There is a Q&A session like this with a pitch and then a Q&A if you have any question. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you probably in a month. Bye bye.